Hi everyone and welcome back. The panel actually wants to see that are you going to use the lesson plan during those 20 to 30 minutes. Now, the lesson plan consists of four sections. I'm going to share my screen. The third part of the lesson plan is basically differentiation strategies, right? And this is the stage, this is the box where we show that we encourage and we cater the diversification or diverse learners of the class, right? Okay, so as a teacher, you are telling the panel that I know that every student is not at the same level, right? So let's try to understand one by one. SEN support. SEN stands for special education needs, okay? Now these special education needs is basically the kids who require maybe more font size, who require extra time, who might require the let's say vocabulary, who might require the sentence starters, okay? So these are basically the SEN support options which you can provide, okay? Vocabulary bank, simplified notes, step-by-step formula or step-by-step numerical steps, okay, right? Okay, what I used is this one. So these are the options which I have written for you. Otherwise, we use the SEN support and then we write which one I'm using. So I'm using a step-by-step sheet which provide a printed vocabulary for the motion equation, okay? The next one is EAL, which is English as an additional language. So these are the kids who understand the concept, right? Okay, but the only difference is they struggle with the English comprehension. Right, okay, so you might find, so for them we are using, in the first lesson focus I told you, we're using a bilingual vocabulary, okay? So bilingual glossary of vocabulary, you can use visual diagrams. Why visual diagram? Because if you say I'm talking about the fire, so that picture of fire, whether it's Arabic, whether it's Philippines, whether it's Indian, whether it's American, by looking at the picture he knows what we're talking about, right? Okay, so that's the reason visual diagrams come into the role, right? Okay, sentence starters can be there, right? So I have used the visual for every single word, okay? So that's easy for them, right? Then we have high attainer. As I told you, high attainers are basically the high achievers, right? Okay, now whenever during the lesson, if it's finished, they're able to wind it up. Instead of giving them more work, give them the question which has more reasoning and more challenge, okay? So it's not about you need to fill up the time period for them. It's basically you need to raise, you need to stretch them, you need to give them something which needs more reasoning, right? Okay. An extension task is basically which comes into the role at this stage for these people, right? And these are the scaffolding models. For example, what we have used a vocabulary list, we are using the sentence starters, we are using a visual, we are using differentiated tired task, right? All these comes under the scaffolding. So what kind of scaffolding have you provided during the lesson? You need to write those things, okay? The last part is the application and skills. Now when we talk about the application and skills, this is the part where you tell them that what I'm teaching, what's the use of it, where you're going to apply, right? Okay, so when we say apply, it should be relevant, maybe in the theme park, maybe in the transportation, traffic system, satellite, right? Or travel to Mars. All these things come into the equations of motion for my context, okay? Then the skills, what skills are we going to develop? So you need to specify that these are the skills I'm going to focus on: collaboration, team working, reasoning, graph interpretation. So all these skills you need to mention. So in application, planned question. Now what is this planned question? Make sure that while you are when you're preparing your lesson, there should be certain 2 to 3 questions which you have planned that I'm going to ask them, okay? What happens, we think that during the lesson I will ask some questions. I know at the topic I can ask 1 of the 2 questions. Trust me, whenever you're going to ask a question randomly, it will always be a lower cognitive level question. So, but when you planned it, it's going to be a higher cognitive level. It also depends what level of questions you are asking to check their understanding. It should not be as simple as let's say for example you have a demo in 9th grade, right? And you're asking them what are the sources of energy, what do you understand by energy, sun is a renewable or non-renewable. So this is easy, you're going below grade level, okay? So the planned questions for the check for understanding, for the AFL, assessment for learning, these questions should be a little higher level, okay? So that means you're showing that I'm challenging, your expectations is high, right? Then UAE link and national identity, as I mentioned, whatever your topic is, it should be relatable. For example, for me, equations of motions, whether we talk about desert or dune buggies or we talk about Dubai metros, all these things are basically relatable, right? Okay. Career and real life application, right? What are the careers, if you understand this topic, where you're going to use, in which career? So you need to mention that. For example, aviation or mechanical engineer or motorsports, right? Okay, wherever. Key skills: graph interpretation, reasoning, collaboration. This one, international benchmark assessment. Now here we have a lot of assessment, right? Okay, like we have MAP, we have TIMSS, we have PISA, right? Okay, so SAT is there. So if your topic which you are teaching is relevant and can be the portion in the syllabus of any of the international exam, then mention. So when you're going to have a checkpoint, I'm going to show in the PPT. When you're going to show the checkpoint, you have to stick a sticky of map. That means such kind of questions come in your map exam. So you are preparing them for the future examination, right? And finally, we have the resources. What resources you are going to carry. If it's an experiment, you're going to take a bottle or a calculator or a paper or a graph, right? Or pencil or whatever, right? So that's basically your lesson plan. As I told you, you need to show them that it's a tool and you need to abide by the flow of this lesson plan, right? Okay. That would be all from my end. And every week I keep on sharing new strategies for which can be helpful for you guys to actually land a job in Dubai, because the jobs are huge. Honestly speaking, we actually struggle to find the candidates. And if you go for the LinkedIn, please do not believe everything on the LinkedIn, because there are so many people who are posting jobs like anyone, right? Okay, so that you need to see genuineness. I would always prefer and refer that use the official websites to apply for the job, right? Thank you so much. Bye-bye and take care.